Yo, 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 yo. What up? Yes, Lois is sleeping right now. She sleeps a lot. This will be a quick afternoon stream. Are you ready to rock? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Days with Jordan the Lion. What's happening, Kevin Spence, is life. Nothing wrong with working a lot. I apologize for my bedhead. Still trying to process the Gene Hackman scenario of death. Very bizarre. Yeah, bad salad. I don't know what that means. Wanted to see if I went live right now. What up, Jess Jenna? Yes, he was old, no doubt about it. 95. But I don't know. It's a little fishy. A little fishy. Yeah, I thought J.D. Vance was, he's going a little hard on Zelensky. I thought Zelensky got him pretty good when he's like, "Have you ever even been to Ukraine?" It's like, I've seen videos. Well, the wife died and the dog died. I don't know, and the door being open would eliminate the carbon monoxide scenario. I did brush my hair is looking a little rough right now, but you know what? This is Earl. This is why you're in the Earlverse right now. Usually my hair is well coiffed, but it is not today. I mean, you guys aren't really tuning in to be sexually attractive to me. I mean, that checks out. Gene Hackman falling a la William Holden, who hit his head on a coffee table and died. That checks out. But what doesn't check out is the wife and the pills. I don't know, man. Now, someone told me it was meth heads because there's a lot of meth heads up there, but nothing was taken. And I know meth heads, man, when they're looking for something, they tear up and down a place to find it. So, what up, Johnny Lamb? It's be very interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's possible that it was a murder suicide. I mean, she could have done the carbon monoxide thing, locked the dog in the kennel. Then the other two dogs survived. So, yeah, 100%. I mean, I unfortunately, you should get Ingram and Annie on to discuss Santa Fe lifestyle. No, I'm good. Chicken Man, I miss you. You haven't been hitting the midnight streams. Yeah, we don't do Jeff Ross talking here. That's $100, legit $100. Now, the good side of that is I have to answer the question, but please. Um, she could have been. Yeah, I mean it. But then why would she kill herself? Like, I mean, you could have absolutely, if she wanted to get rid of him, she could have just, I don't know, hit him over the head with the stick, and then. But then I don't know. I mean, it's just weird. There's something that's not adding up. You know, usually when my gut um, says something's off, something's off. I mean, that could have happened too. Might not, but you know, why was the dog locked up in a kennel? Like, because they had the dog for a while, so it wasn't like it wasn't house trained. I don't think you would lock a German Shepherd in a kennel. But then the other two dogs survived, so that's weird. Why not just kill all three dogs? So it'll be interesting to see. I need a beard. No, it gets too itchy. Oh shit, Dylan going deep with an old Kiss song, My Way. I'm gonna talk like I talk, walk like I walk my way. I'm gonna go where I go, MTV know my way in the danger zone. It's a jagged edge we climb, but if you take it like stone and stand on your own, that's a great song with the keyboards in full effect. Song number 6, side 1 of the Kiss album, Crazy, Crazy Nights. I know, I got some you can pop eye. Um, and the Gene lyrics. All right, let's not forget some of those. What was that lyric off Animalize? Bend over, baby, let me put my log in your fireplace. Burn, bitch, burn. I mean, what is going on with Kiss in the mid 80s? And no wonder they had to. You sound like Kentucky Ernie Chevy. I don't know who that is, but I tell you who I do sound like because I just woke up. My voice is super deep. EA Sports. It's in the game. I do need to watch Hard Bodies. Hot Dog the movie. I mean, there was some great, and there was a movie. I forget what it was, but it was about. A lot of these movies centered around the wackiness of a resort, and the gay dude from Airplane, Steven Stucker. He was like the manager of this resort, and it was like Hot Dog and all those wacky movies. Jordy, you must check out Malibu Express, filmed on location in Bel Air. What comedy special did Gene and wife watch to kill themselves? Gringo Poppy or Best of Johnny Zapp? Johnny Zapp Attack. I mean, in some ways, I want to know who you are, Chicken Man, because you really know how to come into the stream with deep cut references. I mean, anybody who knows who Johnny Zapp is a comedy store aficionado. So I've already had one energy drink, to be honest with you, Eric. No, because Chicken Man's actually funny. So comedians are ruthless, 100%. I know when I die, there'll be 40 jokes written within the first hour. Hey, Skakel finally killed. Hello. Um, uh-oh, Stanhope reference. 3Z, Johnny Zapp. I haven't seen him in a while. He used to give me comedy advice. I'm like, man, my career's over. No one's really ever quite sure what Johnny Zapp did at the Comedy Store. He was just kind of there. And I hope he's still alive. We're getting to the age now where some of those OG Comedy Store guys, they're getting up there, man. I mean, Johnny Zapp was old 20 years ago. I can't imagine. Minnie Dean, no one's heard from that guy in a while. I remember Minnie Dean took me to his house up in the hills. Man, what a freak show that was. Um, yeah, I mean, message hell for reviews. These are actually show your old dick. Okay, I don't think so. That's a super chat. I'm sorry. My TNT is so nice. She said it twice. The trolls are coming in. See, TNT. The great thing is, no one can see your messages, so you're wasting your time. Because if you knew how to be creative, which you don't, you would get your stuff in. And, TNT, I hate to do this to you, brother, but you're going to have to be put in timeout because you're so unfunny. I have to put you in timeout. 24 hours, baby. See you. I can be mean when I have to. It's like, at least be funny. Like, come on. I mean, I get the internet. It's got some trolls, but I will not be showing my dick. I mean, it is pretty nice, Dr. Nova, but I can't even say that's $100 super chat because I'm not getting my channel banned. Um, I'm not a Led Zeppelin fan. Wouldn't that be funny if the Chicken Man was Neil Brennan? But I don't think Neil Brennan knows who like Johnny Zapp is. Yes, Jeff Richards has a photo. Actually, a lot of people have the photo. I mean, this is before, um, but I never sent it to anyone who didn't ask for it. I sent it to someone last night who asked for it, a lady friend. Boing. But I'm out of that game. I'm out of that game. TNT. Well, at least be funny. Like Um, does Neil Brennan know who you are? I mean, he judged a roast battle of mine once. Um, the last roast battle I ever did, he judged when I was battling my friend Robin Tran in San Francisco, the Comedy Central Cluster Fest. That's where they were begging me to do roast battle again. I said, I want spots in the festival. Like, I had to pull teeth to get into the festival. Um, Ryan O'Neal had what at one point? Oh yeah, the dick pic. Yeah, I mean, people ask for it. Like it's just David Spade has seen it. Um, Adam Egot has seen it. It's just people don't understand. Some people pass out business cards. Comics pass out their dick pics. So there you go. I just do it for the goof. It's for the goof. So, by the way, I'll be at the Comedy Store tomorrow night, 12:30 a.m. So basically Sunday morning. What's TGE, Jordan? That's cool, Chad. Good for you. We don't get graphic in here, Chad, so you got to clean up the language. All right. Well, I see the trolls are coming in, talking about doo-doo and like gay stuff. And I mean, no one's asked me if I'm gay yet, so definitely the midnight streams are different than the afternoon streams. I don't think people feel as comfortable being freaky deaky in these afternoon streams, and I'm okay with that. We don't talk about bodily functions in here, guys. This is a stream of consciousness. You too, Luke. Always a pleasure to see you in here. I'm not really down with the Klan. Do 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 da da da. That was a good song. Who sang that song? Do do do. Don't know you don't know me. Da da da. You don't know you don't know me. Got a good voice. I mean, I would say me and I. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I think a lot of the newer comics are straight edge. Um, oh no, I'm thinking of the other song. There was a song, da da da, you don't know you don't know me, da da da. It's like yeah. If you're gonna troll, at least hit the like and subscribe button. I'm pretty liberal with what I let um, go on in this stream, so the least you could do is be cool and support a starving artist streaming channel. I'm like the alternative to the Dabbleverse. I'm giving you guys a stream where we don't have to talk about doxing and yeah, I don't know. It was in the movie. I think it was in the movie Private School. Uh, I did. I did. Yes. Hey, I always carry an extra one because if there lines up being any conversation, I don't got to worry about it. Kind of hot in here, girls, isn't it? I like that the Arab cashier. Our leaps are so close. And that was my friend Maria Parkinson in the Yankee Rose video. My doctor says I have to have a laxative. Not in my store, you don't. Um, We don't talk about that stuff in here, Grasshopper. We don't talk about hemorrhoids. I'm on roids, steroids. Hello. Yeah, you guys are just almost as sick of a bunch as the Midnight Crew. We'll go about a half hour, guys. It's just a quick baby stream, to fix your fix of wanting to talk about anything but steel toe and Kevin Brennan's police arrest. I'm an alternative channel. Yeah, getting old. Do you pay to go to a comedy show? Do I like? I would never pay to go to a comedy show. Yeah, getting old does suck, and I'm in great shape, and it sucks. So I can only imagine if you don't work out and do stuff, how you feel. I mean, it's got to suck. Thank you. I'll take the like. I'll take the subscribes. Um, it's just I'm trying to get to the level of Jordan. Have you performed at the Poop Deck in Hermosa Beach? I have, actually. I don't do bar shows anymore, man. Um, Although I am working on something with Big Bill for next Sunday after the pay-per-view, which I will be a guest of MVP. And I believe I will be going backstage. Maybe I'll do an impromptu stream and get some exclusives. Maybe I'll ask RJ City some hard-hitting questions. We would have a good podcast together. But I believe he is based in Toronto, so that's going to be hard to do. What are you most obsessed with these days? Trying to grow my YouTube channel, trying to figure out the algorithm and how to get it. I'll probably, that's a good, maybe I'll wear my Just the Tips MXM collection shirt. Or maybe my Kazuchika Okada shirt. I'm surprised they don't have a shirt with him saying bitch. That's going to be a good pay-per-view. You got a steel cage match with Ospreay and Fletcher. You've got Kenny Omega wrestling. You've got, the Death Riders. I'm interested, part of the reason I want to go backstage is I want to see what Marina Shafir looks like in person. She's oddly attractive to me. Like, she's kind of manly looking, but she's got great hair and obviously a great body. I mean, it's a little too manly for my taste, but and I'll get to see my old friend Harley Cameron. I mean, we broken bread over dinner, me, her, and RJ City. So, you mean Ricky Starks or who's Billy Starks? I don't know. Or maybe I'll get to meet the Outrunners. That would be cool. I believe if the Outrunners beat Cage and Archer, they will be facing the Hurt Syndicate. So, um, I wouldn't mind getting a picture with the Outrunners. Those guys are funny, man. I don't think people really get their finishing move as an homage to Predator when they do the "you son of a bitch." Um, so it should be fun. I might even go to the Dynamite in Oceanside, which is a weird place to have a Dynamite. Like, that might be even weirder than Bakersfield because I can't think of um, a an arena in Oceanside. Yeah, I mean she's so muscular. I mean tits are all fat to be honest with you. So she has no body fat, but she's got like a pretty face to me. So I would love to see what she looks like with no makeup on, because they really pack it on her. But hopefully I'll be interested to see how hot Mariah May looks in person. Um, I mean, yeah, that's basically what Kill Tony is. you know. I mean, it's a great show if you like that kind of stuff. It's very much in the vein of roast battle, and people always used to say roast battle is a joke writing contest. It's really not. It's a well-timed bullying contest. Hurt them before they hurt you, and um, I mean, I would say roast battle was a little more elevated than Yo Mama. Because, Yo Mama used a lot of stolen jokes. Your mama's so fat when she sits around the house, she sits around it. That's not really an original joke. So I will say Roast Battle was a little more original than, like I had a joke when I was battling someone who was gay. I was like, the only way you won't get AIDS is if they take those letters out of the alphabet. That's a funny joke. So what up from Australia? But yeah, I mean, Kill Tony is basically Tony teeing off on open micers with the help of a band, red band, sound effects, and 2 to 3 celebrity judges. So I don't know. I wasn't around in World War II. Well, I think Dean Martin, the great thing about those roasts was that they all knew each other. So, roast battle, half the people I battled I didn't know. So it wasn't Jeff Ross always bullshits, of course, and says you roast the ones you love, but you don't roast battle the ones you love. You just roast battle the person on stage who you may know, you may not know. Um, but in regards to Kill Tony, I never really had a good time on the show because I would try and give actual comedy advice, and you could tell the crowd was like, "What are you doing? We're here to see you shit on this person." And I just didn't think it was really very funny me shitting on William Montgomery. Like, he's nowhere near my level. So, but, listen, in full disclosure, I'm not the target audience for the show. So, um, Sammy Shore roast, none of his friends were there. I mean, it's a cold business, They probably had already gotten what they wanted from Sammy and was like, why the hell would we come to this thing? What's in it for me? Uh, well, I don't know if it's Tony's mean to people he can be mean to. Like he would never be that way to me because he knows I can fire back at him, and I don't miss what I shoot at. So when I roast, I do research, and if you had an abortion, I'll find out about it, and I'll interview the doctor and the fetus. So that was my best. I was never really a great roast writer, but I would find out stuff that no one knew. And it has to be true. That's, um, well, I don't find William funny at all, but, it's funny for like 5 minutes. And then you're like, okay, I'm not going to listen to this shit for an hour. I believe Chappelle is the greatest. Um, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Moses. He knows what I have on him, so he would tread very lightly around me. Trust me. You just have to trust me on that one. And I'm not saying I'm some big badass roaster, but the great thing about roasting or roast battle, whatever you want to call it, is information is the biggest commodity you can find. So Lois is good, Brian. Thank you very much from Sudbury. So, I mean, I think we both respect each other as roast comics, but like, um, I think that, I'm an information gatherer. And, there was a time in my season of Roast Battle where if Tony would have beat K. Trevor Wilson, who I beat, but Tony lost to, we would have battled each other. So I had already had let's just say, a nice selection of jokes about Tony, and I don't think it would have gone well for him. But you never know. That's one of the things that I loved when I was doing roast battle was anyone could lose. I lost to a girl who had never done roast battle before. So um, 100%. If it's true, it's on the table. That's the one rule about Moses, about roast battle. If it's true, it's on the table. And, we all sign up for roast battle. So let me give you an example. If you and I are battling, say you and I are good friends, and I know you cheated on your girlfriend, and she's going to be in the room that night, I'm going to do a joke about it because that's going to affect what you're going to do about me. Like roast battle for me was very strategic. I knew people were going to talk about with me. My biggest weak spots, if you will, were my age because I believe I was the oldest roaster. So no, it doesn't break bro code in roast battle because you sign up for it. So that if it now once again I'm saying if it's true. Now there were people when I roasted them they would make up shit about me. That's what bothered me. You know, yes, it breaks bro code if I'm just sitting around a bunch of comics that say, "Hey, did you hear this about Moses?" That's breaking bro code. But when you sign up for roast battle, you sign up for everything's on the table if it's true. So if I beat up my girlfriend and say Tony does a joke about it, I can't get mad about it because it was true. So, uh, well, then don't sign up to roast battle me. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand. I'm talking about in the prime of roast battle. There were some vicious jokes, and about other people in the room. There was one battle where the one of the people battling had just had a miscarriage, and the other comic made jokes about it, and the wife was in the room. So, to a lot of people that crossed the line, but to me it didn't. It was like, hey, you signed up for this roast battle. You knew that yeah, I mean, there was no rules, and other than it had to be true. So, um, I didn't think the Tom Brady roast was that good. I mean, I thought the three best were Tony, Nikki, and Andrew Schultz, and the rest were just not good. I mean, but I'm a roast snob. Like, I didn't think Jeff was very good on it, and people won't respect my opinion on that because I don't like Jeff. But like objectively, I thought he was one of the worst ones. Um, so, but well, Moses, you probably wouldn't be good at roast battle because you have too good of a heart. I could tell you're a nice person. So and so do I. But when I was um, in my prime of roast battling, I was vicious, man. And once again, I never told a lie on stage, but if I knew something from your past, it was on the table. But I mean, I could tell you're like a decent guy, and But I was also in roast battle. I was a counter puncher. So if I knew someone was going to call me old, I would try and combat that by saying something about the other person's age. And, if I knew someone was going to talk about, like I had one guy I was roast battling, he had a joke about me liking young girls. But I also knew that he had fucked a 16. Oh, sorry. I also knew that he had fucked a 16-year-old. So I did a joke about it. And it won me the battle. And now it was true. This was not an allegation. This was not an accusation. Like we all knew in the room that he had slept with a 16-year-old. So he did the joke, and I had the joke in the chamber. Like I knew he probably was going to have a joke about me dating young girls. And so as soon as he did it, I said, "Hey, this guy's fat, and oh, by the way, he also fucked a 16-year-old, so he can't count calories or the age of consent." And it won me the battle. Um, so, gotta go. Catch you later. I'll see you later, Luke. You're a good man. I appreciate you guys tuning in for an afternoon stream. I'm sure Kevin Brennan is. I mean, it is a great joke because it's true. It's calling, it's a 2-for-1, calling him fat and a pedophile basically in one shot. And the look on his face when I said the 16-year-old part, because he knew, or he didn't know I knew. So I think as soon as I did that joke, in his head, he was like, "Oh shit, what else does he know?" And I knew nothing else, but like it was the okay, the gloves are off, baby. Um, yeah, well, not in California, Gary, which is where it happened. So, I believe in New York at one point, the age of consent was 17, but I think, I don't, yeah, 100%. But that's just like an extreme example of, you know, how, I mean, I'm competitive. So it's like, hey, if you want to try and embarrass me on stage in front of my friends, I'm going to get you first. So it's like when I did my first battle on television against Jesse Joyce. I knew he was going to have a joke about my parents dying 2 months apart. So I had a joke about his best friend killing himself. But I will say, in fairness to Jesse, me and him, before the battle, I respect him so much as a comic and as a writer. I walked up to him about, I don't know, 20 minutes before the battle. I said, hey, man, is there anything you don't want me to joke about? And he's like, no, hit me. And then he asked me the same. He's like, is there a subject you don't want me to hit? I'm like, no, no, man. It's all, as long as it's true, I don't care what it is. So, what up, Dave Boldo? So, that's my take on roast battle and Kill Tony. Like I get it's a popular show and that kind of humor I think is coming back. I think Tony is the perfect host for Kill Tony, but can anyone be liable for defamation? I mean, not if it's true. Like the guy who had fucked the 16-year-old, he did it. Like he basically bragged about it to people. So he can't sue me for libel. I looked into the libel laws. As long as it's true, they can't sue you. They can't. It's just never roast battle your girlfriend. Then I roast battled two girlfriends, and both times we broke up pretty soon after. So yes, 100%, I would agree with you there. And especially the second time I roast battled my girlfriend, we had like I'll never forget. Uh, we went to Mel's Diner on Sunset, and we didn't tell each other the jokes, but we were like, hey, I don't mean anything I'm saying, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to joke about this subject and whatnot. David Baldo podcast. Love the show. More pedo jokes, please. But inevitably, in that particular case, she had made a joke about my taking dick pills. And I was like, well, maybe I wouldn't have to take dick pills if you didn't have the body of a wheelbarrow. Obviously, I had no problem with the way she looked. But, I'm sure at some point she thinks down the road, oh, my God, he thinks I'm fat, and stuff like that. So, definitely... you gotta. I would not roast battle my girlfriend. No, David's a good egg, Moses. David, I think he's just kidding, Moses. Um, so yeah, and I think one time, the first time I battled I like Jersey Mike's to be honest with you. I battled. The first time I battled a girlfriend, she had a joke about me being too tired to have sex or something, and I was like, well, maybe I wouldn't be too tired if you didn't have a nose that looked like a fucking baseball bat, and she was beautiful, but I'm sure after that she's like, oh, he thinks I'm ugly, so I definitely made some errors in judgment with some of the people I battled. Now, when I was on TV battling, I would just battle whoever they put in front of me. Yeah. Everyone, let's be friends in here, Moses and David. David was just kidding around, man. So it is, you know, I mean, I don't think roast battle was good for a lot of people's mental state of mind. I mean, people are called old, they're called fat, they're called a whore. You know that when they go home at night, someone who's called fat probably looks at their body and feels like shit because they were just called fat in a room full of 200 people. So I love Don Rickles. I mean, he was the goat. Him and I, another unheralded roaster is Foster Brooks, who most comics, yes, fuck the world, Gavin House. I'm good. Double A. Is this Arn Anderson? Um, I mean, I don't think David Lucas is that good of a roaster. He's good at roasting like an open mic level comic who's not going to fire back at him. You know, he's good trying to roast that guy Maton, but I don't think a good roaster can roast with the best. Like Jimmy Carr is a good roaster. Tom Ballard's a great roaster. K. Trevor Wilson's a great roaster. Sarah Tiana's a great roaster. I'm a financial battler, but here is $2 for you. Thank you, a word a day, 2025. So, um, I don't really respect a lot of the Kill Tony roast style comics who, it's not really that. I mean, you saw what happened when David Lucas tried to roast Harlan Williams. That was a fascinating look into the world of, David Lucas is, used to roasting open mic level comics, and he tried to roast Harlan Williams, and that did not work out very well, So, I guarantee you, he was not cool with me. I guarantee you, when David Lucas went home at night and looked at how fat he was, it hurt. Trust me on that one. No one likes to be called fat if they're fat. I don't like being called old, but I have to realize I'm 56. So in the roast battle world, I am old. I didn't like being called fat or being called old. So you might put on a good face about it. Tony don't like being called short. you know, um, you know, everyone goes home at night after roast battle and dissects how they look like. I mean, Harlan Williams is great, but it just, my point was that, you know, there's a lot of people who are good at roasting open mic level comics, but when they are faced with similar caliber people to roast, it doesn't really work out that well for them. That's why I always wanted to roast battle the best. Even when I lost to Robin Tran in San Francisco, they said, "Who do you want to battle?" They're like, "Do you want to battle Jamar?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I mean, we're friends, and I love Jamar, but I want to battle someone who is going to be the hardest opponent for me." And I thought, Robin Tran in San Francisco. That's who I want. Earl, do you like Jackie the Joke Man? That's my favorite era of Howard Stern. Um, it's when Jackie was the main guy. I just never really got into Artie because Artie obviously is funny, but too many times he's just trying to make it about himself, and so. Um, but there's people who liked Artie and didn't like Jackie. So comedy, like I've said 1,000 times on here, is very subjective. So yeah, I mean, because Daniel Carver's hard to roast because he just doesn't give a fuck. So you can call him racist, and he's like, "Yeah, I am racist." And those are the best roasters. Like, the people who just, when you trying to defend yourself, that's when it gets bad. I never met Beetlejuice. Um, I mean, sometimes I laugh at jokes I'm about to say, if they're that funny. Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome, but he'll never. Howard's in too deep with the woke crowd. He would never have Daniel Carver on again. He would never have Crackhead Bob or, you know, some of the other, Hank the Angry Dwarf. I mean, I think he died, but like, you know, Howard changed once he got the big, big money. And I can't say I blame him. Um, but, he would never. You can't have Daniel Carver saying the N word on your radio show. It just, you just can't. It's just too much, man. It's wave the white flag. Um, so, I mean, Daniel Carver he had a great joke in the Hollywood squares when he was making fun of the God Hates, that group, because the girl was a lawyer and I mean, I can't really say the joke, but he's like, she hates and makes her living defending. Like it was like a great like combo joke. But I mean, I think Jackie just got Stern, and I think anytime you're there from day one, you get the vibe of the show better. But how Artie was, it was just I don't know, it just wasn't for me. Um, so I just think that original group. I'm always a fan of the original group, like the original Stern group. Um, Kiss, in its original form. I think Miami Vice. When Michael Mann was hands on the show. And then when he left, and they brought in Dick Wolf, and it was still a good show, but it wasn't the same. What's Happening was a great show the first couple of years, but then when they brought in new people and whatnot. Yeah, I mean Van Halen, um, Rat when they were the original Five Guys or the classic lineup. I mean the classic lineup was not the original Five Guys, but you know I like Billy West. He's a voiceover legend, but that original even before Billy like. That's my favorite era of Stern. Yeah, I mean Motley Crue was great. The original guys. Really anything with the original guys. Very few times has now in Van Halen. You might argue they got bigger with Sammy Hagar, but because I do believe the Hagar era outsold the Roth era, but most people when they think of a classic Van Halen song are not going to say, "How do I know when it's love?" What did you think of Paul Harvey? I wasn't a huge fan of Paul Harvey. I was more of a, really one of my biggest influences in comedy was the Matt Drudge radio show because he had a great show on Sunday nights I would listen to. I liked the show so much that if I had a comedy show on Sunday, I bought this device. It was called Radio Shark, and it was basically TiVo for radio. You could tape radio shows, and I can't find all the old recordings I had, but Matt Drudge was so funny to me because he's gay in real life, but he's heavily Republican and conservative. And I think most of the people who called into him, it's a call-in show. He'd do the news. It's like his news site, the Drudge Report. He'd go over the line items, and then he would take calls. And the calls were the best part because he'd get some pretty homophobic calls, and they had no idea Matt Drudge was gay. So it's just Matt would get kind of almost tease them with gayness. The dude, $2. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Say it. $2, baby doll. I say it. Thank you very much for the tips today. Hit the like and subscribe button. We're going to go another 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and then you can go to MLC, you can go to Melton's, you can talk about the Dabbleverse and Steel Toe and just get it. we're doing it. The dude abides. I heard the Big Lebowski was loosely based on my favorite Hollywood writer, the great John Milius, which I never knew. John Milius wrote Apocalypse Now. He ghost wrote what was it? Uncommon Valor, which is my favorite Gene Hackman movie. Oh, it's MLC. I mean, we don't really talk about the Dabbleverse, but yeah, but his YouTube channel will come back. I'm not really following what's going on with his podcast, but I think he does Kevin's on Rumble now. Which, yeah, watch the David Baldo podcast. Plug your shit in here. You guys are always welcome to plug your shit in the Earlverse. I want us to all support each other. Follow Felicia Gillespie. I believe she is streaming on YouTube, and she needs to build up her following. So please follow her, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to me first. Well, I don't know if I'm the best, but Debbie Harry or Debbie Harris? I don't know who Debbie Harris is, but Debbie Harry, I love Ian Bagg. Ian Bagg gave me my first break in Hollywood when I got to write the monologue. 100% Johnny Lamb. 100%. You don't have to super chat me $100 to say that. So he really does that. Like, not a single redeeming quality. But, the guy works. I'll give him that. Like, it's unbelievable to me. But, but for those of you who, I make this challenge to you guys, and I can't believe I'm directing someone to Comedy Central's website, but go on ComedyCentral.com, look up Earl Skakel. You're allowed to do that. I'll make an exception. Chicken Man will allow you that exemption. Go on ComedyCentral.com. Thank you, Pumpkin. And look up Earl Skakel Roast Battle. And look at any of my 5 battles on television. And you tell me one episode where Jeff was funnier than me. Now, I'm not directing you to one particular episode where I killed and he didn't. I'm saying go to any of those episodes and objectively tell me where Jeff was funnier than me. You won't be able to. You guys love bringing up Jeff Ross to get me going. Pink Power, I'm pretty sure I know what that's in reference to, but I support you in your fight for Pink Power. And thank you, Pumpkin Angry, for following me at 4 in the morning. I don't have a set time when I stream. I just wake up, and if I feel like doing it, it's hard to do streaming how I do it. I don't stream snipe. I don't talk about the Dabbleverse or Steel Toe or that shit. I hit record and I talk for an hour of original thoughts. It ain't easy. Elton John or Adamant? I mean, Elton John had the bigger career, but, I like Adamant. My favorite Adamant song is a little bit off the radar, called Viva La Rock. Viva La Rock, bang, bang, you're dead, did not the two. And then I don't know the, yes, dog walk streams will happen. Hold on, I'm getting a text here. I must return, so I'll give you a side angle. But, I'm just trying to, here's something I didn't know, that the original Adam Ant Band became the backing band for Annabella Lewin of Bow Wow Wow. That's Bow Wow Wow, she was signed to a record deal when she was 13 years old. Can you imagine how creeped on she got at 13 years old in the early 80s? But she still tours, she is, I think the guitar player from Bow Wow Wow died of diabetes. So, but I think the other band members are still alive, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I mean, I did a show with one of the original Temptations. There was a stand-up show in the Ghetto, and somehow I got on this show. and everyone was freaking out that the host was one of the original Temptations. Um, so I like modern English. I mean, they're more than just "I'll melt with you." Um, oh yeah, I mean, Adam Ant was big and like from say like 81 to 84ish, and then the 80s metal, the glam bands just kind of swallowed up MTV. But some of his early video, "Desperate but Not Serious," that's a great song. Desperate but not serious. Your kisses drive me delirious. Great bass line. Do, 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 do. How would that be? Very boring. Always asking about my sex life. Um, yeah, I mean, MTV was magical when it first. Now, I've seen Morrissey in concert a few times, but in full disclosure, I was there because Billy Idol was the opening act. But I loved Adamant's fashion. I kind of try and rip off Adamant with some of the jackets I wear. Um, I will come to Creation and get another smoothie, Paul. And when are you going to come to the Comedy Store to see me? 8 more minutes, guys. 8 more minutes. And then, as MVP would say, I've got to go out into the real world of Hollywood and conduct some business. Um, so, yeah, Rock Me Amadeus, Falco, Dark Commissar, Don't Turn Around, whoa, Zsa Zsa, the Commissar's in town, whoa. Um, so, I mean, the 80s, the Cars were popping. I mean, really just a fantastic time. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Subtle innuendo. Must be something. I mean, I mean, the videos were awesome. I mean, MTV overtook radio play where if you were a band, you didn't necessarily, I mean, you wanted your song on the radio, but you'd rather have your song the video for the song on MTV. I mean, it made Rat. Rat's first couple videos got them, huge following. Milton Berle and the Round and Round video, and also the Back for More video. Kiss was a struggling band in America in a lot of the 80s, but their videos got played constantly on MTV. So, yeah, Round and Round, that's a bop. Out on the streets, that's where we meet. You make a nine. I always cross the line. Tied in yourself. Abuse yourself. Getting away. We'll put you on the shelf some other way. You get it. Um, so, I just like MTV the early years. From the minute Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles came on, and to, early Adam Ant, the Cars. I mean, MTV made the Cars. So what up, Mike America, my new number one fan? What up? We got 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes, and then Earl has to conduct some business. Um, and make some money, honey. Yeah, the Tubes were another band that, they were kind of a cult band, and then, they struck gold with She's a Beauty. Step right up and don't be shy, because you will not believe your eyes. She's right here behind the glass, and you're gonna like her, 'cause she's got class. You can step inside a little world. You get to talk to a pretty girl. I mean, I always see the singer um, at the dog park, Fee Waybill. Um, yeah, I mean, talk music. A Taco. What about Taco? Dressed up like $1 million. The Dire Straits. I mean, they were a band MTV made. Earl, did you ever get into sports cards? I used to collect I mean, probably the most valuable card I have in my house. It's not, probably not that valuable, even though he just got into the Hall of Fame as a Dave Parker rookie. And then I dabbled uh, in hockey cards. I really thought when I went out and bought like, I think I bought like 20 Eric Lindros rookie cards. I thought this guy's the next Wayne Gretzky. I'm going to be fucking rich. I've got 20 mint Eric Lindros rookie cards. And, he had a good career, but he certainly, I don't think, had the career that most people thought he would have. So, yeah, I mean, it is fun to collect. You get a mint. I don't know if there's any players in this era who are going to have like a giant value down the road. But I would imagine like a rookie Barry Sanders, would be a couple bucks. I still got my 8-track of the Cars. I mean, the Cars were really a great band. I mean, Elliot Easton's a great guitar player. Greg Hawkes is like Van Halen on keyboards. David Robinson's like the perfect drummer for the Cars. And then, Benjamin Orr, like, you can't go wrong with Benjamin Orr on bass. And, Rick Ocasek, him and Orr was like the perfect vocal combo. So 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes, and then Earl's got to go. But on your way out, please hit the like and subscribe button. I mean, I just love Benjamin Orr's vocals. Just so soothing. And I mean, I'm straight, but man, that was a good-looking dude. And then you had the quirkiness and awkward looks of Rick Ocasek. It was just the perfect. Those 5 guys were perfect. And then, when Benjamin Orr passed away, it kind of really sucked the life out of the Cars. But, they did do the new Cars, which I liked. I saw them in concert. Todd Rundgren on vocals, and he's like the perfect combo of Orr and Ocasek. And then on bass was Kasim Sultan from Meatloaf. I don't remember that song, but I mean, you can't. Even the Cars' bad songs are good. Even the last video they put out, "You Are the Girl," the great video for the sexual innuendos of it. You go watch the Cars video for "You Are the Girl," and the sexual connotations are pretty funny. But they had a nice run, from 79 to 87. Obviously their peak was probably 84 to 86, with Heartbreak City. And then, I'm pretty sure, I think there was always tension between Orr and Ocasek because, everyone just assumed Ocasek sang all the songs. So, like, when you saw the video for, say, Drive, and Ocasek's heavily featured in it, but Benjamin Orr is singing it. So I'm sure that was a bone of contention for those guys. But I do think it was cool that right before Benjamin Orr passed away, the Cars all got together. You could tell Benjamin Orr looked like a fucking skeleton. It was almost cruel to do this interview, but you could tell they had buried the hatchet. So, Billy, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean that their Cars debut is like there's not a bad song on that record, and just it was just a combination of the instruments, the Elliot Easton's guitars mirrored with Greg Hawkes on keyboards, the mixing of Orr and Ocasek's vocals, and David Robinson. Like, am I saying he could have drummed for Led Zeppelin? No, but he was the perfect, almost like techno drummer to play in the Cars. So, is that a song? How big it is and drop the color shit. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Billy. You've got me confused. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's hard to confuse me. All right, we're gonna do another 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. I don't know about Richard Christie's the best drummer. I mean, my personal favorite drummer of all time is Tony Thompson from Chic and the Power Station. And if he hadn't gotten into a car accident, there was going to be a Led Zeppelin reunion with Tony Thompson on drums. Gavin House, $10. Whoa! Heavyweight City. Top 5 Billy Idol songs. Actually, I should do that with the Steve Stevens ray gun that Steve Stevens personally sent me. I mean, obviously, Rebel Yell, although that's almost a hacky answer. I like Catch My Fall. Catch my fall if I um, Dancing with Myself. White Wedding is pretty iconic. And I'll go off the board. I like Scream. But, Billy Idol has such a great catalog. You could really, from the newer albums, I like Can't Break Me Down. Bang, 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 you gotta shoot me down, but I can't, that's a great, I'm trying to think of other Billy Idol songs. Um, Blue Highway, that's a great song. You know, yeah, those are my top 5. You too, Dark Defend. You have a wonderful day. Yeah, Eyes Without a Face. Oh, shit, Peter Chicken Man Brennan. What happens first? You gone Governor Nuisance Pod or Joe Rogan Experience? I mean, I would say I'm going to assume Governor Newsom does not know who I am, so Joe barely knows who I am. So I would say Joe Rogan. I will be on the Joe Rogan Experience this year. Let's put that out into the world. And then these streams will have hundreds of people. Yeah, I mean, Tony Thompson, just a very, very powerful drummer. I think they say during Live Aid when it was basically a Zeppelin reunion with Phil Collins and Tony Thompson both on drums, that they say Phil Collins looked over at Tony Thompson going, oh, man, I'm in over my head here. And Phil Collins is a great drummer. Suave, Al. Cinderella, find yourself another fella. The clock is midnight, and you're on the clock, bitch. I'm going to kill you. Oh, you will. We're just doing some blood in, blood out. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great Billy Idol songs that it's hard to pick just 5, but Eyes Without a Face is a great tune. You and Teamster Tim should do 80s Rocks episode, Nazareth and Rat. Yeah, I'm not, I don't work with anyone in the Dabbleverse. I might go from time to time on MLC, but, I'm not, I know who Teamster Tim is. I just, I can't be doing shows with, Dabbleverse people. I just can't. Because then I'm, Improbi, Canadian, $15. Whoa! Which band do you love to listen to now that a young Earl would have been ashamed if anyone knew? I mean, I'm not really ashamed of any music I listen to. Like, I love the Click 5, which is the boy band out of Boston. All 5 graduates of the Berklee Musical Institute. You know, I don't know if a young Earl would have listened to the Click 5, but I just really, they were like the Click 5 is like the Cars meets the Backstreet Boys. I don't watch Family Guy, although I'm about to possibly audition for it. Yeah, so you got to see Billy Idol with Steve Stevens. Did he attend Berklee or the Berklee School of Music? That's where the Click 5 attended. Cause she's bittersweet, she knocks me off of my feet, and I can't help sell what don't want anyone else. She's a mystery, she's too much for me, but I keep coming back for more. She's just the girl I'm looking for. She can't keep a secret for more than an hour. Do 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 do. Sheer ones on 100. You get the point. Um, oh, okay. I didn't know that about Eric Andre. Um, so Earl's body is a wonderland. I mean, it's needs a little nip and tuck here and there, but I think my body is better than most 56-year-olds. But it's a work in progress. I'll be taking yoga in about 2 hours to work on my body, oddy, oddy, oddy. So, all right, kids. Well, that's about enough. Thank you very much for all the tips today. And who knows? Maybe I'll stream a little later. Maybe I won't. The Kings are playing the Dallas Stars tonight, so I'll probably watch that. RFK, but he's medically enhanced, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I believe RFK is at a minimum on TRT, and if you said growth hormone or maybe some Dianabol or Deca or Anavar, I wouldn't be blown out of the water there. I'm straight edge. I've never taken a steroid in my life. I've never had a drink in my life, Heath. I've never had a drug. I've never had a cigarette. Well, I'm guessing on, because as someone who works out basically every day, it is humanly impossible to look like RFK does in his mid-60s. I mean, I'm in my mid-50s. How was it like to cast on the Jellies? The Jellies was awesome. It was everything and more that the business of Hollywood should be. And I'd like to say thank you to an ex-girlfriend who bought me this painting of the Jellies in the house. That's me right there. Berry Jelly in the house. We won't say her name to prevent we won't go there. I'm alive and well. Where am I? Smoke weed every day. We don't rip off Milton's sound drops in here. So not just one hit. Johnny Lamb, what are you referring to? The Click 5? I mean, Just the Girl was, I would say, a moderate hit, I would say. I mean, that's the song the Click 5 is most known for. But, I'm not, I'm pretty, I like what I like, so I'm not embarrassed by any music I listen to. I mean, I like Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy. In the mid 80s, would I shout from the rooftops that I listened to Rhinestone Cowboy? CA word today. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's a great song. I've been walking these streets so long. I'm singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. That's a good song. I'm not really a fan of techno, just not my thing. But I'm not against it. Disco Duck by Rick Dees. That's a deep cut. They really don't, Timo. They really don't throw tomatoes at me. So I don't appreciate your tone in the end of a very nice stream with no trolls. You've got to come in here and ruin my Friday. I hope you're happy. I mean, I can appreciate good music. But I also love my favorite breakup song is Martin Briley's Salt in My Tears. Now, we'll end the stream on this. Think of, we've all had a bad breakup. I've had several, but think of the words that Martin Briley wrote in the song Salt in My Tears, and this hits home to everyone. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Feeling neglected, used, and rejected. You need a shoulder to lean upon. Maybe you picked 'em, found your next victim. Don't worry, someone will come along. I saw you laugh when the knife was shifted. It still hurts, but the pain has shifted. You bitch. Sorry, that was my angle of the song. Um, we don't talk about that, Timo. We don't talk about that in here. And what cousin are you referring to? No, Uncle Ted tried to get her car door. I mean, what was he supposed to die too? I mean, his head was a flotation device. Hello, Timo, you're not going to ruin my Friday. This has been a nice stream where I've made almost $33, which is a lot of money for me. So, that, by the way, that's Martin Briley, Salt in My Tears. Great breakup song. And if you hear it, you will instantly think of one ex from your past. That bitch. Sorry, I'm coming in too hot. Now, Timo's got me all fired up, man. I'm setting you up alley oops. Yeah, 100%. Timo's, feel free. Let's live stream together one day. All right, guys. Earl Skakel over and out. I love you all. Hit the like and subscribe button. 100%. I'm absolutely a wasted talent. No doubt about that. I am a complete waste of talent. And one day you guys are going to see me on Kill Tony and go, I knew he would sell out again. Hello and goodbye.